Well, YouTube, I'm going on another night ride, or way early morning ride, depending how you look at it. It's, I believe, Sunday. It's a little after 1 in the morning. 70 degrees, 16th of August. I went ahead and put another light on my bike, so I got 2 lights on here. Had to mentally work myself up to coming out here and go for a ride after I took all my pills and my anxiety medication and my pain relievers to let everything kind of kick in. Let the anxiety medication kick in so I calm down. It's always kind of the best way to start around here. Whew. I got that one light a little too low. That was an explosion. What the hell was that? Figured I go for a bike ride and somebody nukes the US and I'm like, oh great. What do I do now? So it's been about probably a week or so, or not a week, maybe like I think 3 or 4 days since I did one of these. I've been wanting to ride, I just haven't been feeling up to it. My diet changed and I kind of irritated myself a little bit, so I haven't really been able to do much of anything. I've been wanting to go in the morning. It's just I have to get out like before the sun's actually up, because like depending what way I go, if I head like I'm headed right now, which is west, and then I come back east, the sun's going to be blinding me when I'm trying to go home. So yeah, so I have crappy sunglasses I bought, and they're crappy because they're like got the polarized lenses that they don't block shit out. Like they tint stuff a little bit, but they don't do anything for like direct sunlight. It's like I might as well just not be wearing them, basically. I'm just glad the fish oil didn't turn on me. I like got up around I went to sleep super late today. I went to sleep around 1 in the afternoon and I ended up waking up at like 8 something. 8:58 I think. And then I got up and I was feeling kind of shitty, so I drank some water, and then I ate some like a sleeve of Ritz crack or like Great Value crackers. Then I had some fruit juice, and then I took pain relievers, took all my vitamins, including the fish oil, and I'd only eaten crackers. And I was worried that if I took the fish oil, it was gonna like taste fishy if I started to burp, but luckily that didn't happen. So no fishy for Larry. It's always the best. Larry don't like fishy. Fishy make Larry throw uppy. Little gaggy. So now I'm out here riding my bike in the dark over in my neck of the neighborhood woods, because I don't think I'm going to be venturing past. Oh shit, that's a bump. E Street in the dark. I really don't want to ride over there right now. That's another thing I gotta watch out for in the dark is cats, stray cats running around out here. You know how they love running bikes in the dark, and cars, and when you wake up and realize, oh my god, my stray cat died. I'm always worried about that. My mom takes care of so many stray cats, and even though they're technically not indoor cats and they don't really let her pet them or nothing, she still gets super upset when one of them gets run over or disappears for a while. So our stray cats will meander off for like months on end, and my mom's like, what happened to him? She's all freaking out for the longest time, and then they'll just randomly show back up one day, and she's like over the moon with the stray cat that finally came back. It's so quiet, people could probably hear me talking out here from the house. Like, what the hell? I'm trying to shoot up to the park today. Let's see how I feel. Oh my God, you know, I'm kind of, my jaw's chattering a little bit of it. It's mostly nerves, but it's like just so nice out here. It's so not summer feeling out here right now. It's like middle of spring or early fall feeling out here. It's nice. Oh, you know what? I didn't turn my backpack light on. Shit. Where is it? Where's the button at? Shit. I can't believe I forgot to turn my light on. Let me move over. Okay, it's on now. Oops. Hopefully it's on. Of course, I also got to be careful because it's 1 in the morning in San Bernardino on a technically Sunday night or Sunday morning, so there's still people out around partying and getting drunk and shit on the way home. Need to watch out for. If you know. If you know, you know. Hello. I think that's the other guy. On my last ride I said hello to. But this is much later than I was at my last ride, so that's kind of weird. So it turns out I haven't been taking enough of my pain reliever. I looked up like what the prescription strength amount of naproxen the hospital would prescribe me for everyday use with my condition, and it's like about 500 milligrams a day, and I've only been taking about 400. So I actually I'm taking 600 now because my pills are 200 a piece. Milligrams wise, not cost, obviously, over the counter. And I could technically take 3 at one time and 2 at another, but I mean, you know what? I'm a big guy, so I'm just going to take 3 at a time, twice a day, or more if I have a flare-up. I've been dealing with this condition for a very long time, so it's very stubborn and does not want to come under control. So I got to just keep dosing the crap out of myself until I can get rid of it. Go up here and turn around. Oh yeah, the park, they've been closing the park gates. They used to just leave them open, the parking, but they close them now, so you can't get through them. I'm just glad they repaved this road a while ago, because it was pretty gnarly riding up here during the day when I could actually see what I was riding over. And I would still hit friggin' potholes and crap on it. Turn around. You turn around. One thing you do that you learn to do when you have a dual motor bike is when you turn sharp like that, don't turn with both motors. Pick a motor. I'd say pick your rear motor. Then turn and let go of the front one. Keep your thumb or your hand, depending what kind of throttle you have on your front one, in place, but just don't use both motors when you're turning that sharp. A lot of people I see have dual motor bikes make that mistake, and they're usually running some production bike with a single throttle, and they'll hit dual motors. They'll hit their motors too hard when they turn. Looks like someone's moving in. They'll hit the throttle too hard when they're turning around a curve or a corner, and then they'll end up washing out and eating shit. Dual motors are fun, but they're inherently more dangerous than a single throttle bike or a single motor bike, especially like the front wheel, because whereas when you're sitting on a dual motor bike, most of your weight's over the rear wheel and it keeps it pretty much solidly on the ground. But if you have like a high powered front hub motor in your bike and you hit that throttle, like if you like smash that throttle, you're going to spin your front tire out, and depending on the kind of surface you're on the road, you'll catch control of it pretty quick. But if there's like dust or sand on the road, then that's dangerous. You're gonna potentially cause your front wheel to go sideways and then grab the road and then launch you off at an angle and crash into something or just wash out and eat shit. If you're in the dirt, you're more likely going to do that because your front wheel's just going to spin. It's not going to grab anything. And if you try to like gain control of it while you have it under full throttle, you're going to basically speed wobble your bike while you're standing still. You're going to go down in the dirt. Which I have never done. The scariest thing you can do on a bike is freeze up. If you got your throttles going or a throttle going and you know you're about to crash, you got to remember to let go of the throttle, because a lot of people, they'll freeze up. Their whole body will just become tense as a board, just stiff as a board, and they won't release the throttle, and it makes your crash like way worse. Depending on the crash too. It's like if you're head on into something and you have enough time to at least brake a little bit, you want to let go of that throttle and hit those brakes as hard as you freaking can. Even if you slide, at least you're going way slower when you hit whatever you hit. I gotta quit talking about stuff like that. I'm making myself stress out. I made that mistake one time when I was a kid. I've discussed this story before. When my mom was married to her second husband, Mitch, we lived up in Crestline. Well, I lived in Crestline and down here because I was back and forth between my mom and my dad, joint custody and all that good stuff. But they had a ATC or ATV, like a small one, like a little 50cc one, I think is what it was, or a 150. I don't know that kind of stuff too much. But I had my little stepbrother Nick sitting in front of me, and I was in control of it, and I'd never actually ridden one before. And it was a thumb throttle, and I guess it was in the highest gear it was in, or it may have only been in first, I don't know. And we started headed towards the side of a freaking like little mobile home trailer, and I locked up, my body locked up, my thumb locked up on the throttle. I couldn't let go. I couldn't squeeze the brakes, and we ended up hitting a lawnmower, a push mower that was sitting right next to the trailer, and it acted like a freaking ramp, and we ended up bouncing up off it and then hitting the trailer, then going in up and over basically, and we landed. And then also in that process, we didn't really get too injured because we weren't really hauling ass. We were only going about 20 when it happened. Nick didn't get injured because I cushioned his fall. My back was a little sore, but what happened was when we hit the lawnmower, it tore through the fuel line, making the ATC no longer operable. And I think my stepdad at the time realized maybe he shouldn't have little kids riding around on an ATC without any protective gear, and he ended up, I think he sold it. And then later on, he had a custom go-kart built for us. This is back in the 80s, so it was gas powered. And he painted a lot for this go-kart, and it was kind of a piece of shit. Like the linkage for the steering was like extremely threadbare. Like they took it off road. I never rode in it. I didn't think, I was kind of tall. I didn't really fit in it. It fit his kids okay. They weren't that tall, but John and Nick. But so they were riding in it, and the first time they rode it with a little bit of off-road because it didn't have any suspension, and shitty linkage, and that snapped. The linkage for the steering snapped on the first ride. And he spent like I think close to $1,000 having someone build it for them. So that's kind of messed up. And that's expensive for the 80s. Now, it probably was $500. I'm thinking of art in terms of what we would spend on something today like that, a shitty go-kart. You spend probably about $500 on it. Back on that dark-ass road again. Yeah, and then he was going to get it fixed, and he never got it fixed. And then, like, he and my mom got divorced about 2 years after they were married, just irreconcilable differences. I can go into detail about that in a second, but like, we had to go back up to his house to get something up in Crestline, and it had been like a year. Just stuff we forgot to get when she left. And the go-kart was sitting there all dusty and covered up in a tarp and never got fixed. Actually, they abandoned it because with his new girlfriend that he was cheating on with my mom. Oh, you know. No, cheating on against my, I don't know how to say that. She had money or something, and then we go back and there's like actual full-size quads. There's like 2 quads there and a motorcycle. We're like, what the fuck? Where'd this money come from? Had to have been a new girlfriend, right? So, and the go-kart was just forgotten because nobody cared. They had quads and a motorcycle, all dirt bike to ride around on. So fuck them, anyways. Well, basically what happened was his first wife, John and Nick's mom, she and Mitch were swingers. And I know some of you know what swingers is, kids that watch my videos. You can look it up. I'm not going to sully your mind with what a swinger is. And my mom's not into that kind of shit. She's monogamous. And she was like, no, I don't want to do that kind of stuff. Don't even ask. And 2 years into the relationship, he started asking her, hey, you want to swing? And she's like, and so now I know what they used to have these knockdown, drag out arguments. Non-violent, just verbally violent. And I never knew what they were about. And then later on, when I was older, she told me what they were about. And I'm like, oh, that's messed up. And apparently, so since he couldn't swing, she wouldn't let him. He decided to just cheat on her. And that happened. So it's like every man my mom's married to has cheated on her. My dad did. I didn't find that out so much later on. That's why they got divorced. Mitch did. That's why they got divorced. And Bruce did. And of course, Bruce being the worst of the bunch, when he was cheating on my mom with his first cousin, who he then later married. I mean, we're in the south of California. I guess Southern California counts like the south in the deep south in Alabama or Mississippi or some shit. I don't know. Yes, I know that's a stereotype, and I probably shouldn't say that. I'm probably going to piss some people off. Probably going to lose some southern subscribers. Sorry, but I have a weird sense of humor. But that's not like humorous in this instance because that actually happened and it was really messed up. I kind of think I want to ride a little more, but I think I'm just going to go home. I'm feeling pretty good, though. My chest is not bugging me at all. My anxiety's under control. My legs don't even hurt, really. Like I said, it's after 1. People are going to start coming home from the bars and shit soon, and I need to probably get off the street. Probably my best bet. There's the dogs again. It's not that loud this time. It must have been an angle thing last time. Maybe he learned to bark quieter. I don't know. Dogs learn things. So that was my little night ride. That's going to be a little over 3 miles, or about 3 miles. It's like 3 miles there and back. I mean, total round trip, usually. So I'm guessing my roommate's, his bike's not in the garage, so he must be closing at work. Oh yeah, he said he was closing. That's right. Oh, they're like closing super late. Oh, he works at the Pizza Hut on Kendall. And I don't know what time they close. Let's see. 3.6 miles. That's cool. Close this gate up. I'm feeling pretty good. If it had been like morning or like later on this morning and light outside, I would have probably gone further. I would have probably crossed over East Street and rode around over there a little bit, but still staying south of 40th Street because I'm not really ready to ride far away just yet. I feel like I might have a medical emergency if I do that. With these lights turned off. Oh yeah, let me turn my batteries off while I'm thinking about it. That's kind of cool though. My rear battery setup, I only dropped 2 volts for that whole ride, so that's an improvement. That's one way you really save on your battery range, is intermittent throttling. Just like get up to speed and coast, and get up to speed and coast. Just lost my breath for a second. I'm okay though. I'm good. This bike is getting so squeaky and creaky. Now see that bike seat? I've had that bike seat for like 3+ years, and it was only like $15. So if you ever have a folding bike like electric, like one of these electrics or another brand, and your seat breaks, and you don't want to wait for the warranty for them to send you another seat, which could take a couple weeks at times. This brand is Active Zone is the name of the brand. It's Active Zone. Or wait, no. Shine Tour? I don't know, look it up. Comes in different like blue and white and red and white and colors. It was $15 3 years ago on Amazon, so it might be like 20 or 25 now with inflation and stuff, but it's a pretty good seat. I don't know if you can see this, but it's, even after 3 years of riding, look at that. Look at all that squish with my gigantic ass on it. It's still like really comfy to ride on. So yeah, check that seat out. My tires are still doing good. My front tire still got a lot of knob on it. Still super tready. Sorry you can't see it because of my shadow, but, and this rear tire, it's called a Dominator. It's the Ultraverse Dominator tire. It's the one that's oversized, but works really well on here anyway. Kind of looks goofy though, because it, like, if I can see it, makes my front wheel look like way smaller, which technically it is, but it's kind of funny. Yeah. Ooh. These damn dead batteries. I'm so mad about all these batteries that crapped out on me way earlier than they were supposed to. So much lost money, hundreds of dollars, you know. And my ass is poor, so it hurts even more. Shit, I can't get this in here. Is that the right one? Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not the right one. That's probably why. I mean, they're the same connector. They're a 3-prong XLR connector. But, yeah, here we go. Doesn't really matter. I think one of these chargers is actually the charger from my XP battery. The one that came with the bike that died after a year of use. Which, again, Electric didn't honor the warranty on because it was after a year. And a lot of people had problems with the original battery. Doing that after about a year, it was like a manufacturer's defect where something wasn't secured well in there. So it was literally becoming defective because of road vibration, which it shouldn't do. Well, anyways, remember, it would be super duper awesome if you could like, subscribe, comment, share. Subscribers, thank you for hanging in there. We had got about, in the last couple weeks, about 7 more of you, but somebody unsubscribed. I don't think it was a new person. I think it was probably just an old account. Hopefully, random viewers, consider subscribing. I've got over 3,700 videos uploaded to YouTube for you to check out. Mostly shorts, a lot of long videos, some pet videos, some cooking videos. Just try to touch all bases, a couple of gaming videos. Also, don't forget to check out my links in the description. I have a bunch of e-bike brands Ebike water filters, depth stick, diagnostic tools, instant 360 action cameras and accessories. I think I have a GoPro. I just haven't put it down there. I also have Anioki, but I haven't put it down there yet either, because the time I signed up for Anioki's the affiliate program, I wasn't riding. I didn't know if I was going to be able to ride again with my health problems. But anyways, with that, a little winded, sorry. Remember to have a wonderful whatever, wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next e-bike video. Okay, good night, good morning. Dealer's choice. Bye.